Hello everyone and welcome back to StoneHearth, where in the last episode we decorated and generally moved the important buildings inside our town centre. At this stage, everyone should have a bed indoors, and we have most of the important facilities also indoors as well. We still need to move all of our chests though. That's going to be a bit of an important one. But we also started work over here on a bridge. Now this is going to be a protected bridge to a very small degree. It will have gates. It's not going to be a heavily fortified bridge, and that does cause a bit of concern. Now I am going to start this episode off by saying I am going to build some temporary defenses, and perhaps some even less temporary ones once that bridge is done. Now, earlier on I did say that I didn't really want to, and that is still true. I still don't quite feel that there is as much need to immediately fortify and have this closed off as some people in the comms are saying. But that being said, I still haven't won a game of this. In fact, I've lost every game that I have played. So what do I know? I am not so insecure as to be unable to accept that I don't have all the answers. So what we're going to do in this episode is I am going to take the advice given to me, and we're going to start building up at least a basic defense. Now, by basic, I really do mean basic. It's going to just be a fence with a gate, but that'll be a starter. I don't want to give my halflings too many tasks to do in terms of... let's teleport you out of there, shall we? Too many tasks to do in terms of buildings, because it'll slow all of them down. There we go. Let's use your teleportation ability, because your AI is that dumb that the devs decided, yeah, the only way we're ever going to make this at all playable is if we give everyone like a long cooldown teleport ability. Fair enough. Fair enough. Now, what I'm going to do is that we're going to have a little fence over here, a little fence over there. We will finish off the bridge, and then we'll start looking at the next building that we're going to do. In the meantime, I would very much like to get up to blacksmithing, as I feel once we have knights... Oh, there we go, goblin thieves. Once we have knights, we can take a little bit of a breather, because we've got a decent army so far. Now, what do we need for a blacksmith? We're going to need a blacksmith hammer, and that requires iron ore. Now, it is possible that we can simply buy the iron ore, but that is unlikely to happen, at least not in the short term. So, to this end, we are going to do something a little bit different. We are going to build some stairs all the way up here, and we're going to mine out this one iron vein. Just this iron vein, mind you. That is all that we're going to be going for right now. Also, additional to this, I'm going to have my military, my standing military, that's Jin, Manu, and Big Al, all stand down. And Plumber Smack, I'm going to have you switch back to being a herbalist. I feel that that is a more useful job for you right now. I'd like you to get up to level 6 if we can. Group from a small quarry have arrived with... Oh, I thought, really? Are you going to have iron? No, they do not. That is a bit of a shame, but I will buy all of your stone, actually, because that's going to save me a bit of time. Should I buy all of your copper? Sure, why not? Can I sell you any things? I probably can. And by probably, I mean I definitely can, in fact. I could sell you all of the large pots, but that would be super silly because we're kind of saving those right now. I could sell you a bunch of beds, though, so go ahead, you can have all my beds. Don't need any of those right now. There we go. That's all we're going to be doing for the time being. Thank you very much indeed. Now, do we have a spare bow? Is that actually something we've got? I just noticed that in the inventory. Do we have a bow lying around? It appears that yes, we do. Well done, Darius. You've achieved Farmer Level 3. Fertilizer. The farmer can now use fertilizer on crops to potentially increase their quality. That is actually quite cool. Specifically because we can have our herbalist make fertilizer. Now, are we doing marble sprout seeds? They actually produce marble, which is kind of weird, but it's a thing. I would like... How many of these are we maintaining? We're currently maintaining 5, I believe. I would like to maintain 10. In fact, let's go a bit crazy and maintain 20 of these seeds. Let's drop that down there. There we go. That will be particularly useful for us because, honestly, thatch is a bit of a sticking point for us right now. We don't have much of that around, but yes, we can make simple fertilizer. Let's have a quick look at what that entails. Simple fertilizer is just bone and vegetables. Well, we've got plenty of both. Go ahead and maintain a healthy amount of fertilizer, please. We'll slide this up. I would like it to be before... well, actually, no. This should be after our healing items. But before we start making enough healing items for just trade. I think that would be fine. In fact, you know what? The way I've set this one up, let's try that one a different way. Let's maintain always 5. Now, the reason why I'm going to do this, I'll explain as we go. Always maintain 5, and then move on to maintaining 5 for the next thing, 5 for the next thing, 5 for the next thing. Once we have so many of them that we don't need anymore, maintain 20. This way, it makes sure that we don't spend all of our time working on this to the detriment of these. Now, if we didn't have the means to make 20, we only had the means to make 6, they'd made 6, and then they'd move on to the next thing. But if we had the means to make 20, they'd spend the time making 20 batches of those seeds when we might actually desperately need one of these seeds. So by having it increase the maintenance in smaller increments, you generally keep a better throughput of resources, or at least that has been my experience in other similar games. Right, the trade returns. I'm back. It looks like you've made the 7 large urns I asked for. Are you still willing to trade them for me? I'll give you 4 decorative vases in exchange. It sounds good to me. Thank you. Thank you very much. Indeed. Right, okay, so that is on the way. We've got plenty of work going on over here, which I'm super, super happy about. And you are stuck because you're a bit of a derp. Let's get you teleported out then. Whomp. There you go. You should be safe. There we are. Right, while you're doing that, we need to do a little bit more mining over here. Specifically, I need to get all of this clay gone. We're going to have a great deal of need for enormous amounts of clay very soon, actually. So let's start work on that, please and thank you. And then this as well, and we'll get all of that dug out. There we go. And then finally over here as well. There we are. Right, we're going to get all of this gone, and then we'll build out our fencing. Right, resume mining there, that'll be fine, and resume mining there, that'll be fine. Perfect. Okay, that should not take too long for our peeps to get all that sorted. Now, we probably could do some more chests being placed down, yes. We have chests currently in a bit of a hodgepodge. They just store whatever they can, and that is not exactly ideal for us. But we will get a better system going, well, as soon as we can, frankly, as soon as we can. Could you please make this at the top priority? Just pop that at the top as soon as you can make it, And to that end, let's go ahead and start mining out a little area over here. Now, we can easily mine 4. You can actually mine as high as 5 blocks above yourself. So we're just going to mine 4 because all we're really up here for is the iron there. And we'll draw that across as well. There we go. We'll allow this to be... well, sure. We'll grab this stone as well because it'll always be useful for us. We'll have a little alcove up there. It'll probably be quite nice. Now, one of the buildings that I have in mind that I would like to build is an actual mine with bedding for some of our basic workers, as I would ultimately like only basic workers doing any mining. And to that end, let's just make sure that that is the case. Solwind, you're no longer going to be mining. There we are. I could allow the basic workers to build, but well, actually no. Let's allow that for now. But ultimately, I would like to stray away from that where possible. Right, there we go. Now, with that done, I'm going to next up pop down a couple of thimbleweed seeds. Or tumbleweed seeds, I do apologize. We're going to need a rather large amount of these placed down. I have no idea if they can grow when they're right next to each other, because they take up a little bit more than one tile to place. But this will be for science, I guess. We'll see if they can actually sprout or not. There we go. Right, it should take you a little bit to get all of that planted, but that will give us a bunch of thatch in the future, which we will use then to sort out our bedding back here. Right, okay, with that done, I would like to go ahead and set up a bunch of clay fencing. I do quite like the clay fences. That being said, the stone ones kind of look a little bit more sturdy, I'm going to be honest. They also look a lot more ugly. It's a bit of a hard place to be, this one. I'm going to have you maintain a stock of these. That seems reasonable. Go ahead and maintain 5. And maintain 5. We'll maintain 5 of all of these parts. There we go. If nothing else, this will give our mason a reason to level up. I'm sure we'll make use of those as we go. Now, of course, I will be decorating the bridge with further decorations. We're just not going to be doing that just yet. But that isn't to say that we aren't going to be doing that at all. It was always my plan to add lamps and the likes on there. It's just not straight away. And let's pop these down. I would like these 2 tables in position there. We've got decorative vases. You know, let's go down to the lower levels and place these in instead. We can also place in some curtains, perhaps. Not that they really make that much sense. Yeah, I think we would need these in some very specific locations for them to make any sense at all. But let's give it a try. Let's pop these in. No, we'll have those for now. Maybe we can pop 1 or 2 up on the upper levels as well. So let's turn off slice there and turn back on this one. There we go. This could have a curtain. It looks so out of place. Actually, no. Let's not pop that one there. Let's pop this one over here, perhaps. Now, the problem with this is they may not be able to because of the... Oh, no, it looks like they can. Looks like the bench is fine. So that's okay by me. Let's do the same over here and just pop this in. It will help a little bit with people's perception of how pretty the rooms are. And that will generally pull up their overall mood when in these rooms. And that is something that I very, very much need to do. It's not exactly the best, but let's pop a couple of these down just here and there. These are already fairly nice beds. So we probably don't need to do too much about those. But let's have maybe 2 in here, perhaps. 1 there, 1 there. And we'll get some larger urns as well. In fact, we've got some pretty nice urns. I would like this one not to have any particular items in them. Maybe we could, though. Maybe we could pop that in there just because it should be a pretty urn to have. And we'll have a little urn in there as well. Finally, we've had this little lamp in our inventory for oh so long. Can this go on a wall? Oh no, it can't. This is basically a lamp for going on posts and the like. So we'll pop that up on the upper level then, in that case. Let's see if we've got somewhere we can pop this down. Yeah, we can pop them on the upper level. Can we pop them on the table? Oh, we can't. That's a little bit of a shame. I think that would have been actually quite lovely. But sure, we'll have a little lamp maybe in the corner here, just pointing outwards, or we could even have a little lamp over here. Sure, we'll pop it down. It's not going to look particularly good right now, but it will be something at least. So let's allow that to go forward. Oh, we do need to make sure that this is resumed. Yeah, there we go. That'll do. Right, we've got a couple of things to be placed down, and everything should start looking a little bit better. We've got a lot of chests that we can also place, which is something that we're going to need to do reasonably soon. I feel that... oh, let's pause that there for a second. Someone is fighting. Who is fighting exactly? Where is the fighting occurring? Someone is being attacked by something. Oh, yes, there's the Goblin Thief. Well, I mean, I should have probably sent people after the Goblin Thief instead of simply assuming it wasn't there, that it was up on a mountain. I keep doing that, and I really, really badly need to stop. Right, okay, let's get you all in there. You'll easily be able to deal with the Goblin Thief. They're not going to get out of this one in any kind of state of health. Wow, okay. You just clobbered the living daylights out of them. And Big Al just achieved a title. Let's have a look at that. Big Al the Goblin Slayer. Well done, Big Al. And the Desert Bows achieved the title of Goblin Slayer as well. And Manu has achieved the title of Goblin Killer. They killed a goblin. Well done. And Stone Wall has achieved a new title. Oh, my lord. Everyone is a goblin killer here. Stands to reason since, you know, we're fighting goblins most of the time. But it'll be interesting when we start getting other titles. I wonder what they will be. You just chilling out right now? It looks like it. Let's set you back to doing your regular rounds. And that should be fine for now. I don't think we need to worry about getting Plumber's Mac to switch over jobs just yet. I think they should be able to just let this continue for the time being. Now, how's the bridge coming along? No, not the town hall. I want the bridge. We're low on stone. We are very low on wood. We have got the cobble fences, though. Okay, that's fine. And we need to get out there and chop down some trees in that case. So let's get out there and do just that. Let's get these trees chopped, please, and thank you. And I guess also grab that stone while you're there. No reason not to, I suppose. We could, of course, chop these trees if we really wanted to, but I'm not in a huge rush to do that. The main thing I want to do is try and sort out the outside of this area a little bit, because it is a massive, massive mess. We're getting some of the furnishings in there, and that's good. Let's go ahead and place down some chests. Now, as we saw, goblins are going to make a beeline for that area, so we probably don't strictly want to place our chests there. Not within that easy reach of the goblins, so we'll place the chests over here instead. I think that'll probably be a bit of a better idea. Just get all of these in there, and once they're built up, we can start setting these up for just general storage. At the moment, I just want to get things up off the floor, really, more than anything else. Once we've done that, then we can start worrying about actually organizing the storages. We actually have enough for a new person. Well. Okay, let's see who just joined our colony. Oh, a goblin is sneaking into camp. No, they're not. That's a lie. Right, let's have a quick look at you then, Sierra. 354. Wow. That's a pretty good set of stats you have there. And you're courageous. Callous. Never really connects with others. This helps them to not be as hurt when tragedy strikes, but their constant guarded composure makes them slow to make friends. That's a little bit sad, but at the same time, no, I'm fairly impressed with that scenario there. I think we're going to have Manu switch over to getting a bow. That is going to lose us a main footman, but it'll free up a sword. So let's get you over there. Go grab that bow, Manu. And we're going to set up our latest member of the settlement as a new footman. I'm definitely going to try and focus on our army this time, or at least, at the very least, not ignore it the way I did previously. And your name will be William. Welcome to Aavakeen, William. Long may your stay be joyous and full of not wounds. I mean, the occasional wound is okay, I suppose. We have got Plumber's Mac after all. But generally speaking, I would rather if you don't have wounds. That being said, I know we could easily set these up as general storages, but perhaps it would make sense if we told them to be food and drink. Or at least some of them. We've pretty much got most of our items over here, so... No, I think for the time being, let's keep with the plan of just having them be super general storage, just to try and get everything up off the floor that we can. There we go, William. Now you can become a courageous footman. It's going to be glorious, William. Truly glorious. Let's get you in that job right away. And just make sure that Manu is not currently running around chasing after enemies. And likewise with William. I'd prefer you all to be just generally helping out around the town as best you can. Right, we're going to continue trying to bring in all of the resources that we can, where we can, continue to build the bridge, and hopefully, eventually, start mining. Once that happens, I'll let you know. See you soon. Oh no, invaders are approaching. Let's have a quick look at that one. Oh, really? That's not so much approaching as invaders are here, I feel. I think that warning may have left a little bit to be desired. Obsidian Mist, though, has gained level 4 in herbalism, which is actually really, really cool. That makes Obsidian Mist the same level as Plumber's Mac. And as a result, both of you are going to become clerics for the sake of this combat. Let's get you both out there with your cleric books and your cleric robes, hopefully keeping all of our fighters alive. And we're going to turn on all of our combatants. So that's both Jin and William and Manu and a Big Al. Let's get them all together in a good little spot. Right, let's get you guys all around here, around the main area of the base. And we are going to summon all of the townsfolk back to safety. I think that would be wise. Very wise. In fact, let's get everyone inside, because these guys are probably going to pack a bit of a punch, honestly. Jin has achieved a new title, is now a defender. Well done, Jin. Very well done, in fact. There we go. Let's keep the healings up, please. Big Al has achieved a new title, is also a defender. Well done. Manu is now a defender. Everyone is a defender. Well done, everyone. Lady Wolfheart is now also a defender. Really? How did that work? They were nearby when defense was being done. There we go. Well done. Let's get in there and start the healing as well, please. Plenty of healing, because we are losing a fair old whack of health. But overall, I think we're doing fairly well. Thankfully, everyone seems to be focusing on Manu, I believe. Oh no, it's Jin, who has the pretty beefy armor there, just as well. There we go. Let's get this entling out of the way. There we are. Big Al has achieved Archer level 6. They can now use double shot. Let's actually have a quick look at that. That is fantastic, Big Al. Absolutely fantastic. Job ability, I think that is the highest level. Yeah, you can now shoot 2 shots per shot, which is glorious. Why are you not engaging, though? Minor strength boost there. Fantastic. Willem has achieved Footman level 2. It goes up. And Footman level 3. Never mind. Well done, Jin. Okay, I approve. Bubbles has got Defender. My goodness, this one fight is doing quite a lot of work for everyone. I do, however, feel that maybe you would be better off over here. Let's get you in slightly better position, shall we? And from there, you should get a bit of a better shot at the enemy. There we go. Manu, Defender, has achieved Archer level 2. Well done, everyone. Right, the town can stop being in defense mode, and for the time being, we'll pull everyone back off their regular jobs. Now, Big Al is a level 6 archer. Jin is a level 6 footman. William's also almost level 5. That is amazing. Like, that is truly amazing. I am actually going to swap your jobs around, though. Big Al. Well, actually, first, let me get our clerics back to being herbalists for the time being. What I would like is to have Big Al get back to being a footman to train up as a footman and get that last couple of levels as a footman, as that will give Big Al a big bit of... Ooh, Trapper level 4, well done. A big bit of health there. Master Survivalist. When down, the Trapper keeps themselves alive much longer while waiting for rescue. And, possibly, respawning the entire civilization if it died off for some reason. I don't know of any reason why that would happen, but I have been told that maybe that is something that can occur occasionally. Right, Jin, could you please go back to temporarily being a regular, just a regular worker? That way I can have Big Al pick up your sword. I could just make another sword, actually. That is the other thing I could do. But I would prefer Jin to drop that off for now. There we go. We've not yet made much of any progress at all with mining, unfortunately. We're still moving a lot of things around. We're still waiting for a lot of things to be hauled in. And I have, unfortunately, decided that, you know what, we don't have the luxury of being able to say, yeah, we're not going to put these in an obvious place where someone's going to be able to steal from them. That would be nice. Also, that one didn't have anything in it. I'm not quite sure how that worked, but sure. This one is specifically for coal. No, it's not. It would be lovely if we could afford to be that picky, but we can't right now. I just need things inside and out of the reach of enemies without them having to go... Ooh, no, that's wrong. Without them having to go through our settlement. As long as it's inside, we should still be able to dissuade them from stealing. But it's back to waiting for me as we hopefully get more and more items hauled in and then get to the mining and the like, which would be very, very important. What are you off to? Are you going to pick something up? Collecting ingredients. Oh, well, yeah, I suppose so. Very well. Oh dear. That's not really... I kind of needed the warning about the enemy a little bit earlier than that. My lord. Okay, I guess everyone draw back to town, please, if you'd be willing. Could you flee? I guess not. Alright, okay, let's see. Are you currently set to fight for some reason? No, you're not. Alright, let's pull back the entire squad, because 2 wolves is probably a decent enough foe for me to be worried about. Let's get everyone down there, please, if you'd be so kind. An Obsidian Mist and Plumber's Smack. I need both of you to switch over to being clerics for the time being. Let's get that going. And Plumber's Smack as well, please. Change jobs. Let's get you into being a cleric. Now, currently, I've done a little bit more work. We're still building more storage. As you can see, I've got a lot of the seating down out here, which is fantastic. We will be continuing with having all of these set to generally store anything, but for the most part, we've actually got a fairly tidy little area. Things are starting to get a little bit better. I would very much like it if my entire military could be out here and deal with these wolves, ideally. But it looks like we no longer need the whole of our town on a high alert. It's just a couple of wolves, and we can easily deal with that. As you can see, the bridge is coming along very, very nicely. In fact, it is done. I hadn't actually noticed that that was completed. I must have missed the celebratory fireworks due to it being due to the one of the alerts. All right, let's get everyone over here together, please. All 6 of you at once, ideally. Could you draw back a little bit? Then go ahead and attack. Everyone together. There we are. Let's take out these wolves because they are going to cause a problem for us in the future if we don't. There we go. That is a lot of damage that we're doing there. Fantastic. Very, very nice indeed. And Manu has gone up to level 3 archer already. And he's lagging it. Well, I mean, I suppose, you know, wolves are scary. I'm not going to say they're not, but still, I would probably have preferred it if you stuck around a little bit longer. Honestly, Manu, it seems that everyone is bailing there. Okay. And Jin has reached Archer level 2. Well done, Jin. Right, well, with that... oh, well, actually, yes, I didn't have their jobs turned on. So it's, you know, good that they even did any work, really, thinking about it. Fair enough. I take it back. That was my bad. And it's probably the reason for a lot of the shenanigans that have been going on. I've just not noticed who has had their jobs turned on or turned off. But we're going to swap you guys back. Oh, maybe I shouldn't. Damn and blast. No, I really shouldn't, actually. Let's get all of you over there to deal with that goblin, please. Let's get that happening now, if possible. No. Okay, we've already got Plumber Smack. They're already promoting. Damn, Drat, and Blast. It's kind of annoying, but I guess we're just going to have to accept that one for now. Honestly, we've got enough people here that I could probably afford to have you guys constantly fighting. It's not exactly what I would like to see happen, but it is definitely something we can allow. I would also quite like another clay bed if we could get one. Because I just realized that I've not actually given our latest recruit a bed. That's a bit bad of me, I know, but oh well. We should be able to take them out there. Do we have enough? No, just shy, but not by much. We should be able to sort that one out fairly soon. I guess for the time being, I'm going to allow you guys to continue roaming as you are. Plumber Smack and Obsidian Mist, you can go back to doing your regular jobs, but no, I think I would rather you help out with moving stuff into the camp. It does involve a bit more micromanaging. That's very true, but it's fine. Overall, there we are. We are finally getting some of that mining done. We will have a blacksmith soon, and with a blacksmith comes a knight, and a knight is a very, very important unit for us to have. Now, with this little area set up, I believe we may in fact have nowhere near the amount of items that I need to build the wall. Alas. But as we get more and more stone, that should become a little bit easier. We have got room for a new bed. I may, for the time being, start refusing new recruits just until we've got a little bit more of a handle on what we've already built. Because right now there's so much going on everywhere. We do have almost all of this already grown. I'll wait until the last one is grown before we cut all of that down. But then we should be able to replant instantly. We'll have quite a lot of thatch out of that. We've got a decent amount of thatch going around though. So we must be getting thatch from somewhere. Let's go ahead and make sure that everyone... Oh, I never gave Silkas a bed. That is... Well, I feel a little bit bad about that. I'll be honest. I am definitely going to... apologize? That's all I can do. I apologize, Silkas. How rude of me. My goodness. Let's get these beds upgraded, though. If we can, please. Invaders approaching. Oh, now these. These are Warriors of the Red Kiln. Chasing Tomcat. Okay, they are going to be particularly hard. In hard mode, enemies have more armor and health and will inflict more damage. We've got Galeb, Skull Song. We have Garbiot, Midasked, and Kundal Midask. Really, really quite badly. Oh no, we haven't got rid of these, despite having the bridge up and running. There's a massive oversight on my part. Very well. Gonna need you guys to change jobs right now. On the plus side, at the very least, all of the materials to change jobs are all more or less in the same place. So let's go ahead, get you all changing jobs, changing roles, get the entire town summoned, and hope for the best, I guess. Let's get all of you into the same roles. Right. Well, we'll place down a bed as soon as we can. You know, while I'm here, I may as well click on this. And over here as well. We might as well give them somewhat less awful beds, considering the state of wealth of our little town so far. But I would like my entire military to move up here, please. Get up here. Ideally, we should be able to shoot down on them maybe a little bit from in here, but we'll have to see. This is going to be a rough fight. If you could head back right now, please. Get in as quickly as you can, and then as soon as we can after this, we're going to have to shut that down. Because having gates over there doesn't really do much when we're just letting them come straight in. Yeah. No. I need my entire military force over here, please. Right there, right now. Let's keep moving. Everyone needs to be in here. No, that's right. Keep moving. Over here, please and thank you. Right, okay, now you're free to move. Get down there and attack if you can. Okay, we've got someone up here. We're going to want the entire military to focus fire on one enemy at a time. Ideally, I would like to try and take on the archers first, but we'll see what we can do. This is going to hurt. This is going to hurt a lot, actually, but it's all we can do. But to try and focus fire where we can. Hopefully, I was hoping that our regular citizens would jump in here, but it doesn't look like they're able to right now. It looks like quite a lot of our archers are having to bail because this is a little bit too rough for them, but our healers, as long as they can keep them going, we should be okay. Go for the archers next. They're going to have the least amount of armor. Well, at least I would hope. If we can, try and focus that. Healers, if I could get you to focus on healing, that would be great. Severely low on health, yes, I know, it's pretty rough, but it is what it is. As long as we can take them down, one at a time, we've got a decent chance. Come on, clerics. Ooh, you're getting walloped there. I might need you to move around a little bit. Let's get you to reposition, please. Over there would be grand. And you too, Obsidian. Let's get you in position. The problem here is that our footmen are struggling. And our main footman is already down. Just try your best. Move out where you can. Heal what you can where you can. Is now the Scarred. They've been incapacitated 5 times. Is it even possible to kill them? That's actually kind of cool. In an odd way, it's sort of cool. But the problem we're having now is that people are not getting involved in this fight because they're afraid because they're already so wounded. I mean, our clerics technically can win this fight, but it's going to be rough if the citizens won't get involved here. That is actually going to get very, very nasty for us. Let's draw our clerics back so they're at the rear, and then they can just engage as need be. Try and go for the archer down there if you could. If we can take out that archer, we should be okay. Come on. Let's keep going. Just need an arrow down there, ideally. There we go. Perfect. Now down here. There we are. Everyone's getting involved. We actually managed it. Ha. That was... Well, I mean, I'm perhaps counting my chickens before they've hatched here, but if my townsfolk would move down... you know what, townsfolk? Stop being restricted there. Just get in and fight where you can, ideally. I mean, this is an archer battle. The issue with that is they are going to continue fleeing for a little while because they're afraid. They're afraid of the archer, and due to the fact that we've not got the flag there, is it even possible for us to force this flag to be moved? I'm not sure it is. It's going to be a little bit spammy, so I'm just going to let this archer duel play out. We are going to win because we've got healers. It's a simple equation. It's a war of attrition right now, and we're the only ones that can replenish our strength in the long term. Especially now that the goblin is getting to the point where its health is causing it to be afraid. But there we go. We've won this one. There is no potential for the goblin to survive. There we go. Whew, that was rough. Right, we immediately need, we need both Plumber's Smack and Obsidian Mist to switch to being Herbalists because they can then treat our downed footmen. That was pretty nasty, actually. That was genuinely nasty. But as a result, Plumber's Smack is now a max level cleric. That is pretty amazing. We'll check out our fighters in a moment, but let's have a quick look at all of these, shall we? Tomcat has achieved Weaver level 3. Well done, you. Extended catalog. The Weaver has access to many materials and can come up with several new ways to sew, stitch, and strengthen textiles into wonderful things. During his knowledge, when inspiration strikes, the Weaver may now craft an especially fine quality item. Marvelous. Right. Goblin Killer is severely low on health. Yep. And most of you all went down in that fight. But they are being treated and they will recover in time. But let's have a quick look at our people after that that battle there. Specifically, I'd like to have a look at Plumber's Smack. Let's have a look at your character sheet. I want to see what your job abilities are. So, Healing Master. The cleric has mastered the art of healing. Compassion greatly increased. Okay, so that will in turn factor in to the way that healing is done. Obsidian on level 5 there. What about okay, so William is already a max level footman. Big Al is well on the way there. Manu is on the way. Jin is on the way. They will be set up soon, but we really badly need that anvil. Sorry, the forge. Let's have a look. Have we got that still to go? We do. We have got everything. All we need now is wood and stone. Okay, well, that's definitely something we can look at acquiring. So, for the time being, we're just going to chop down a couple of these trees. Hopefully get in a chunk more wood there. This should still be wild enough to give us plenty of hunting opportunities. Sorry about that. I completely forgot the word hunting. That's the problem with English being my second language. And as for these, we hopefully will get someone to mine that, but this might actually be causing trouble. The goblins up there may, in fact, be scaring away our peeps. We've still got a little bit of mining to do there, though, and that will help. We've got one more chest to build, and then we're good to go for the most part in terms of stacking everything up. We've got a lot of work to do, to be fair, but we'll get it done. Okay, as we wipe out a small goblin raiding party, we're getting very, very low-level goblins from this little area over here, which is not bad for us at all, as it does offer us an opportunity to level up, though there is something terrifying roaming around out here. I've seen ogre with several goblin archers along for the ride, which is frankly horrifying, because I don't believe that we're in any position to deal with that. But, well, we'll have to just see how it goes. Now, we've got a goblin trader who's got brass plates and some copper ingots. I wouldn't mind buying a couple of those. For the time being, though, I would be quite happy to sell a bunch of healing supplies. Let's go ahead and be rid of these. Sell that as well. Well, we could probably get that curtain up somewhere. Now, have we got much in the way of food that we can sell? We've got a couple of items that we could sell around here. We've got a lot of wild cactus seeds, simply because we're getting the seeds. We could quite happily sell those and not have any particular worry about running out in any kind of fashion. And I'm fine with that, actually. Keeping 10 makes a lot of sense to me, but more than that, probably unnecessary. We can probably also get rid of the steel hat, so the hatchet there. As for our food supplies, let's drop these down a little bit. I'm okay with dropping quite a lot of those. We've got plenty of food here, and we're crafting new all the time. We've got stupid amounts of cactus flowers, though, and that would be very nicely gotten rid of. There we are, just free up a bit of space there. Oh, violet flowers are actually kind of nice to have, though, because that does allow us to make some pretty nice items. Right, with that done, we now have the means to set up a blacksmith. Now, how exactly does one get a blacksmith? Let's have a look at the job tree. A blacksmith is just a straight-up worker can upgrade to a blacksmith. Well, that is pretty nice. Okay then, which of our workers would we like to promote? I would say that is probably going to be... no, you're kind of earmarked for another military role there, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah. The blacksmith not having very high spirit, though, is a bit of a problem for me. I'm not too keen on that. I would prefer a decent spirit for someone. Influence, courage, willpower, compassion, and inspiration. A high spirit halfling will easily befriend animals, stand strong against enemies, and craft exceptional things more often. Maybe, Tilkas, perhaps that is going to be what you're going to go for. You'll learn your traits slowly, but quickly grasp mental activities such as crafting and keep their head clear. Well, I do want a blacksmith pretty badly, so let's go for this. I'm going to plan for the future, and Silkas, hopefully, whilst it'll take you longer to get there, you will be able to make some pretty nice items once you're there. We'll see how that goes, but we're going to have to set that up somewhere in here. I'm currently still waiting for this to be built. I'm actually going to remove that and try to replace it on the wall. It's taking an inordinate amount of time. Let's pop that there. Right, we've got a blacksmith now. Fantastic. We've also got some more seats that I can place down. Some very, very nice seats, in fact. Do we want to place them over there? Probably not, actually. We could have some dotted... okay, yeah, we can have a few dotted around. There's plenty of seating now. Someone should always be able to find a seat to enjoy a nice meal. We are still trying to build up to making the various fences. That is going to be tricky. Honestly, we could continue to dig into the mountain there, or alternatively, I could just have them dig out over here instead. Let's make that a 3x3 and then just dig out that entire area. There we are. That'll do quite nicely, I think. There you go. And resume mining. We can perhaps dig that wall along. I'm not sure I'm going to use this for anything more than a simple quarry. That being said, though, I wouldn't mind it if we could. Over here, we've still not actually got any mining done, which is a little bit of a concern, I'll be honest, but we'll have to see how that one goes. Right, so Zilkas, what can we get you to make? We are going to need a blacksmith furnace and a blacksmith crucible eventually. We will be able to make an anvil, but let's get these made right away. Ultimately, we want a knight's shield, and that is simply going to take some iron ingots. So we're going to want to make sure that we're actually making those, but that's going to require blacksmith level 2. Okay, it's going to be a bit of a pain, but in the meanwhile, we can make upgraded tools for our halflings, which will drastically improve the jobs that they're able to do. We can also make some nicer items. Footman of level 1, type main hand, or offhand bronze hatchet. I mean, this is a much higher level of damage, which would be very, very welcomed. We can also get some better armor. Currently, we are trying to build some basic armors down here. Honestly, these should really be at the bottom. I shouldn't be trying to maintain these at the top. Rather, I should, if there's something I'm just trying to make one of, for example, we should just try and make it. But we should be able to get some of these items together. We've got some items like clothing we can put together. Some spiky quivers, if we had any feathers, would be very, very nice. Very nice indeed. But that is going to be a little while for that, I should imagine. Right, let's get this chest in position, and then that's the last of the chests to place down. We're still lacking stone to make the fencing that I wanted, which is a bit of a problem, I'll confess. I'm a little bit concerned about that. Right, we finally got that in place, so I can move this back across as soon as they get rid of that ladder there. Is that what you're about to do? No, you're working on more crafting. Honestly, that's fine. That's fine by me. In fact, let's have a quick gander at what exactly you're working on. Oh, we're working on cloth up there. Never mind. Let me move that down to the bottom as well. Damn it. Move it down to the bottom, I say. Down there. There. No. I feel that I'm cloning these requests. And that's because I am. Yeah. Not exactly great. There we go. That's a bit better. It does seem to get a little bit buggy if you try to move a craft that is currently being worked on. Word to the wise there. Despite knowing that, I still did it because I'm a bit of a derp. There we are. Right, okay, so storage-wise, we shouldn't be having too much trouble getting all of this done, but well, there's still a lot of room for improvement here and there. That keeps wigging me out a little bit every time I look over, and it doesn't have walls because I've turned on slice mode. We should be able to get it in through there sooner rather than later, but there's still a lot of things going on that we're trying desperately to get sorted out. We should probably plant these trees now so that we've got plenty of wood in the future. Let's make sure that we've got those down again. There we are. There's a little bit like Rise of Industry. Planning for future industrial endeavors requires ample access to wood. There we go. We'll plant all of those quite nicely there. Right, the Blacksmith Furnace is available. Now, this is a huge building. I do kind of want it inside still, but it is going to be a bit of an awkward one to place. Yeah, it's a very awkward one to place, actually. It may be one of the items that we're going to have to leave outside. Alternatively, I could perhaps sneak it in here. I'm not sure about that. I could have it in the middle. I suppose it isn't the worst thing that we could do. So for the time being, and just because we don't have a better place to put it just yet, we'll go ahead and do that. But I would like to get that its very own home in time. Now, we're going to need plenty of stone once again. Alright. Well, hopefully, once we've got the majority of the hauling complete, there is still a lot of hauling to be done, but once we've got that done, we can start focusing on jobs in there. I could tell them to stop harvesting plants because this is actually generating enormous amounts of work for our halflings, and it's one of the problems with having a lot of plants. And I did mention that, I believe, early on, that it can quickly overwhelm you if you've got a large herb garden like this. It's generally probably a better idea to keep things somewhat small. But I think that's where we're going to be wrapping things up. We've completed the bridge and we have actually got access to a blacksmith. We have started seeing some very, very scary enemies on the map as well, which is a bit of a problem. Plumber's Mac is now a multi-crafter. How marvellous. But that being said, our army is reasonably high level. Let's just go and have a recount of that. Big Al is almost a level 6 footman and a level 6 archer. William is a level 6 footman, not so much an archer. Manu and Jin are on their ways to being level 6 archers, and that is going to be quite amazing for us. Plumber Smack is a level 6 cleric, but currently trying to polish off the last bit of their training as a herbalist, whereas Obsidian Mist is in much the same boat, though not quite as good a cleric as Plumber Smack at the moment, but is going to remain on task. It's going to remain on shift for the time being while we're just getting things sorted out. We do have some nasties roaming around in the wastes that I'm a little bit concerned about, but overall, we've not faced anything that we couldn't handle. It was a little bit dicey there for a moment, but we came out on top, and I refuse to believe that anything is going to change in the near future, especially now that we have removed that easy access. They are going to have to go across our bridge. It's not going to stop them very long, especially if an ogre is there, but it will give us a few moments to prepare our defenses at the very least and to get a couple early hits in. But that is going to be it from me, so thank you very, very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope you will be joining me in the next. But until then, and as always, do take care, everyone.